Hello, everybody. Welcome to another episode of Old World Tech Fridays. I got the channel name right, right?
Hey,
Right? Yeah. Okay, good.
all victory.
I got the channel name right. What show am I on?
I have no idea. Is this Retro Repair Roundup? No, Joe's not here.
Hello, it's
Okay.
your show. You should know.
Oh, hi. I'm Trina of Trina's Techno Babble. Welcome to one of my streams. Joining me. No,
Friday night techno roundup.
I have no idea what's going on.
I don't
Um.
either. I'm just here.
Joining me tonight, we have my usual co-host Ryan. Frank unfortunately has had a super busy week and is taking it easy tonight. So joining us, because we couldn't find anybody else, is Starbuck Tech.
Yes, I am the sad person that's like, oh, please come in and help us.
Oh yeah. It was us begging you.
Pretty
Yeah,
much.
right.
Yeah. Well, not
So,
you, Trina.
Jason, do you want to do your usual job and say hi to everyone that's in the chat, please?
I chat.
No, say them by name.
Well, I've never done that
I told you.
before.
See, you get what you pay for, Trina.
I know,
Yep,
right?
pretty much. Yeah,
Uh,
so we got Frank S. We've got, well, of course, Eric. We got the Old World Tech Fridays. I'm not sure. Oh, that's Trina. We got Eric Rangel, and we got JC. Evening all. We got Mac84 who's burping on his call. We got Curtis Boyle, Sad Mac, Eep. Hey, Will from K Mac Vintage. And yep, that seems to be it for right now. You guys, how you guys doing?
Jeremy's Vintage Hillbilly Shack.
Oh,
Right.
yep. Sorry, JVHS. Sorry about that. Yep, I see you now.
Yep.
I have to warn you all. I've had a,
One too
yes.
many. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm only on about over 7, maybe.
So we're gonna get started with this day in tech history. Do you want to play the intro, Ryan?
Ryan's is he?
Ryan looks like I just asked him to
Well,
I don't
he's.
know, program something.
I think he might be lagging out a little bit.
Oh, okay. Ryan's going to be right back. Okay, so I will play it, and then we'll get into this day in tech history. Where is
Well, I
it?
can't hit any buttons, so I ain't.
All right. Let me go back here. Let's go to this week in tech history. Starting on May 30th, 1896, the first auto accident on record occurs in New York City
Figures.
when a I don't know how to say the name of the car. Motor wagon was driven by Henry Wells, collides with a bicycle ridden by Evelyn Thomas. New Yorkers probably accuse Henry of being from Jersey. Sorry, Steve. But he was actually from Massachusetts. So
Even worse.
even worse. May 31st, 1991. All your base are belong to us. Sega releases the video game Zero Wing for the Sega Mega Drive system in Europe. The game was never actually released in North America and was relatively unknown until years later when a poorly translated opening screen was popularized on the old internets. And that was the line, all your base are belong to us, which has become a very popular meme.
Yes, Steve. Jersey drivers are bad, but nothing compared to Miami drivers.
So June 1st, 1999, the day the music industry changed forever. Sean, spelled Shawn, Fanning, and Sean, spelled Sean, Parker, released the file sharing service Napster. For anybody who remembers Napster and using it back in the day, the service provides a simple way for users to copy and distribute MP3 music files.
Oh, that was the bomb diggity bomb back
Mhm.
in the day.
Let me see here. Eventually, so they became a lawsuit from the Recording Industry Association of America, or RIAA, and eventually the lawsuit forced the shutdown of the company on September 3rd, 2002.
Yeah,
but
the record
not
companies are kind of mad about the whole
yeah, but
soundtrack
not
thing.
before the popularity of downloading digital music is firmly entrenched in a generation of internet users.
And
We
then they
won't,
invented iTunes.
yeah, right? Uh, June 2nd, 1966. I was born. No, I'm choking. U.S. soft lands on moon. NASA's lunar lander Surveyor 1 lands on Oceus. Wow. Okay. Ocean of Storms, because I can't pronounce the funky name they have, on the moon, becoming the first U.S. spacecraft to soft land on extraterrestrial body. Let me see. June 3rd, 1983. Would you like to play a game? The science fiction film War Games is released, notably for bringing the hacking phenomena to the attention of the American public. It ignites a media sensation regarding the hacker subculture.
Hmm. Hmm.
The film's NORAD set is the most expensive ever built at the time at a cost of $1 million.
Ah, ah, ah.
Not widely known is that the movie studio provided the film star Matthew Broderick with the arcade games Galaga and Galaxian, so he could
Oh,
get firsthand
Galaga.
experience before shooting the film's arcade scenes.
And we lost Ryan. He'll be back, I hope.
Oh, yeah, okay. We really haven't lost anything. Um, June 4th, 1977, VHS is introduced to America. The VHS video cassette format is introduced as VidStar in North America at a press conference before the Consumer Electronics Show starts in Chicago.
Mm.
VHS, or Video Home System, was based on an open standard developed by JVC in 1976, and it was in competition with Betamax. June 5th, 1977. I am liking these 1977 dates. Great year, just saying. Certain people were
76 was
born.
better.
Yeah, well, um, that's just a black mark. The Apple II enters the market. The original Apple II computer goes on sale. The Apple II featured a 1 megahertz MOS 6502 processor, an integrated keyboard, a built-in basic programming environment, expandable memory, woohoo, 4K expandable to 48K. What will you ever do with all that memory? A monitor capable of color graphics, a sound card, and 8 expansion slots. To include all these features on one diskette was highly innovative, and the reason and and the reason it is considered the first practical personal computer. Do, do, do. June 6th, 1984, Tetris is born. Alexei, I'm not even going to try to pronounce the last name, sorry. First release of the game Tetris in the former USSR, although the way things are run politically
Hey,
now,
Rudy.
the current USSR. Tetris will become one of the most popular puzzle video games of all time. Originally
Yep.
programmed for the Soviet-built Electronica 60 computer, I don't know if I put enough Russian on that. The game was soon ported to the IBM PC, where it spread quickly throughout Moscow and the rest of the USSR, eventually making its way to Hungary. From there, the game was discovered, and questionable attempts to license it for sale by various software companies were made. By 1989, half a dozen different companies claimed the rights to create and distribute the Tetris software for home computers, game consoles, and held,
Handheld.
handheld systems. Thank you.
Yes, Rudy, you're watching the correct stream.
Yeah. Who do we? Hi, it's just the two of us. Yeah, no, you're not watching one of Trina's streams, despite
Well, actually, technically you are.
kind of, yeah.
Ryan
Um,
hopefully will be back soon.
June 6th, 2005, the Mac gets Intel inside. In a keynote address at Apple's Worldwide Developers Conference, Steve Jobs, remember him,
Mhm.
announces that Macintosh computers will transition from the PowerPC to Intel processors and demonstrates Mac OS X running on a computer with
10
an
was right.
Intel Pentium 4 processor. I don't think they ever had any Pentium 4s. I think they just went with Core 2 Duos. Was the first one. Anybody knows that they had any Pentium 4 Intels? Maybe it was
I
just
don't
a
think so. I think it was like you said. I think it was the core duos.
yeah. I think yeah. Jobs revealed at the time that Apple had been secretly preparing for a possible transition to Intel for many years. Unbeknownst to the public, for every version of Mac OS X released, Apple actually had prepared the version running on an Intel processor. Interesting. Ba-dum-ba-dum. And now they're at the and finally June 6th,
Steve
2009.
Steve says the Pentium 4 was strictly a developer.
Yeah, that's what
Release, never
that's what
released
I
for the
had a
public.
feel. Yeah, that's what I had a
Excuse
feeling.
me.
So and finally June 6th, 2009, Palm Pre released. Palm Inc. releases the Palm Pre smartphone through Sprint in an attempt to regain market shares after their Trio line of smartphones is dwarfed by Apple's iPhone, one of these funky looking things, the Apple iPhone that is.
Oh,
Featuring the Linux-based Palm Web OS operating system, Pre received some praise from technical reviewers, but due to poor marketing and the rapid pace in which Apple dominated
mhm.
the new world of smartphones, Palm series of phones, and WebOS never really had a chance to
Nope.
gain a foothold.
No, not with the way that the first iPhone came out and how good it was compared to Palm OS.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's what I figured, Steve. Is that they that
Yeah,
the Pentium 4 was just like like
I
as
thought.
you said, yeah, it was a well, it was a developer kit, so that made sense.
Yeah, and the developers decided this sucks, and let's just go with core duos, and then followed by, like you said, followed
Yeah,
by
Core
core two
2
duos a few
Duos.
months
Yeah,
later.
I've never seen a Core Duo Mac Intel.
I bet you
Uh,
Steve has one.
Oh, hi. You saw his basement earlier.
Yep.
You think? That's all
I
I'm
mean,
gonna say. You
stacks
think?
behind stacks behind. Okay, it's only two back, but
Yeah, yeah. So let's talk about my shirt.
oh
I'm
boy.
gonna stand up so people can read it all. So this is a Mexican proverb, and it says they tried to bury us, but they don't know that we are seeds. And this is Mexican proverb. I bought this from a school in the States, I think Michigan, that was doing a fundraiser at the time.
Eric was selling it. Gotcha.
Yeah, it was all Eric's fault. And the reason that I mentioned that. So okay, don't go too much ranting, Trina.
No,
Try to
go
keep
for
it
it,
calm.
Rand. Go for it.
Okay, so here's a news flash. Queer people, LGBTQ plus, whatever you want to call them, because some people do have the aversion to the word queer, especially older people within the community, and I understand why. Have been have been part of humanity since we were swinging from trees. Let's just base it on that.
No, no, Rudy. No.
What's Rudy
Sorry.
saying?
He was asking if I was going to shave like Eric.
Oh,
Nope.
okay. So, for now, Jason, be quiet.
Not if somebody says something in chat. I will answer.
No, don't. Just let him go. Um, so we're gonna fast forward. So we we, as in myself and everybody else around you, today that is part of the rainbow. Somewhere along the lines, your relatives, many moons ago, and not that long ago, knew somebody.
Hmm.
You may have not known. The reason I mention all this, June 7th, 1954, today. Now, for those who don't know, a lot of places, June is Pride Month. No, there's no fucking straight Pride Month, so get the fuck over that idea right now. Like, oh. Um, so June 7th, 1954, there was a gentleman by the name of Alan Turing who was a wonderful genius of a person, helped defeat the Nazis in World War II. You know, those people who like to carry that weird flag and had followed the guy with the funky mustache. And even today, for some reason, there's people who say they support vets who still carry that funky looking flag and still click their heels to the guy with the funky mustache. Figure that one out. Um, anyway, Alan Turing, he commits suicide. So in the early 50s, Alan Turing was arrested for um, he had an issue where he had brought somebody home, another gentleman, to engage in sex. And of course, this was all at that time in the British, this was illegal. So there was an issue where they had a fight. The police came to investigate, did some digging, found out he was gay. At the time, you had two options: be executed, basically, or be executed. The second execution was to be chemically castrated, which is what Alan Turing took. It took a huge toll on his mental health, and in 1954, June 7th, he killed himself. Why is this relevant? We are in 2024 and people say, oh, that was so long ago. In the UK and other places, Canada we have our own issues. The States clearly has issues, but the UK has far reaching more issues, especially dealing with trans people. And basically they're having trans people just kill themselves instead of getting proper medication. I watched a documentary recently where it was mentioned that they the UK is the only country in the world, minus a few other like Russia, we'll mention them outright, that are completely anti LGBTQ, um, that don't practice informed consent when it comes to hormone treatment. What is informed consent? It means you go to your doctor, you and your doctor sit down and you say, hey, I want to go on hormone treatment. Your doctor sits down with you, goes through, because I've actually went through this with a friend of mine. An hour later, she had her hormones. The UK still currently does not provide this. This results in unknown many deaths every year because, as this one person had talked about her experience, you have to first go to your general practitioner or GP, family doctor, we call them here in North America. You're supposed to go to them first. They're supposed to refer you to a gender clinic, one of 6 in the UK, by the way, which are vastly um, outnumbered patients to doctors. And you're supposed to wait, according to the NHS, but this has not been followed since 2015 for anything, so it's not just trans healthcare. Um, you're supposed to only wait 18 weeks for a referral. She waited for 2 years, and that was after her GP first refused. Just said, no, I'm not going to refer you. And there's nothing that can be done. So that's my rant.
Mm-hmm. Hi,
Things
David.
things need to change in a huge way.
Yes.
But
Accept people for who they are. Simple.
well, yeah,
Well, you would think
Yeah.
it would be simple.
yeah, exactly.
as
Turing
government,
saved
but
the world in WW2, and then the British government killed him.
yeah, let people be people. Let them live their lives. They want to live their lives. If it doesn't affect you, shut up. If it does affect you, shut up.
Hey, David lad. Um, yeah. So that's my rant. It's Pride Month. For basically, if you're on this channel and you have an issue with that, there's this unsubscribe button. Feel free to click it before and don't let the door hit you on the ass on the way out.
And of course, I just typed in hit the like button, and she's going that way.
Hey, I'm just saying.
Yes, if you're not going to be accepting of people for who people are, you can
Yeah.
leave.
Yeah,
That's what she said.
exactly. Yeah. Bingo. Okay, so David wants to know, how did my soldering session go with my soldering station? I successfully unsoldered something.
But has she
Still
done anything
haven't.
since then? No.
No. But I'm gonna actually. I just realized I forgot to bring two things over from my table behind me, and I can't reach them with my headset on. So I will be. Uh
Right
oh, Ryan's back.
back. Yay! I'm not alone with Trina. I'm just kidding, Trina.
Sorry. I should have provided you with an adult. I apologize.
Well, neither of us are adults, so
Right,
it
and
doesn't
here they
matter.
are. Yeah,
Exactly.
exactly. Right. I, Curtis, you couldn't have said it better. But yeah,
Yes.
unfortunately, we still got those people who, yeah.
I may not
I was on the
understand. I may
phone
not
with
fully understand people's decisions, but I respect them.
Right. And it's not so much a decision; it's your, yeah.
Well,
Anyway,
who you are.
who you are.
yeah.
You know what I mean. I can't. It's hard to say. Like the whole thing of it, but you are who you are, and that's who you are. There's nothing for me to truly, quote unquote, understand.
Okay, so speaking of soldering,
Doritos.
speaking of soldering, I got something today, so I'm gonna go grab that,
Ooh.
and I'm
Yep.
gonna show you what I got. So, just talk amongst yourselves and give me like 2 seconds. I'll be right back.
Okay. Hey Ryan, Rudy says hi. Oh goodness. And Rudy, no, I'm not shaving the beard. I mean, occasionally I'll shave like the sides and stuff, but the goatee stays. I'll trim it up eventually, but it's a little raggedy right now. Right, Bob?
All right,
She's
I'm
back.
back.
And I'm back.
Okay, so I got two parcels today. Um,
Excuse me.
so this was actually supposed to. I have my hand over some writing on the
Oh,
back, but this was supposed to go to a different place than what it did. And when I was talking to the guy at the Penguin pickup, where I ended up having to go instead of the usual place, he's like, "Yeah, we got a
Penguin
hole."
pickup.
Yeah, it's like a drop off place.
Oh, okay.
Oh, ooh, this is what I thought it was. Ha.
Oh.
I want both.
Uh-huh.
I want the old Macs. Old Macs. I want the old PCs. And those are upstairs our nerd room. We have a bunch of old computers.
Yeah. But
Well,
that's
Dave,
obviously the old Mac shirt is not going to help me solder. What's
no,
in this box will.
is it knowledge?
Is it a
Yeah.
very small Steve?
It is a very small Steve. How did you know?
Or
I
very
saw
small, or
I
is it
saw
very
that he
small
was
Bruce?
I saw that he was selling them online, little clones of himself.
He's
So
on the call right now laughing.
you've heard of the Mac Mini? We now have the
I have the
Steve Mini.
Steve Mini.
Steven, yeah.
I'll take 2, please. That way I can hit the wild eat button all day long.
All right. Let me put my hand over it. So it came from
JCM-1.com.
yeah.
Fine purveyors of all things for your retro
Old Macs.
computers and
Yeah.
specifically your old Macs. That's
Busy
right,
getting away from
JCM-1.com.
Yes,
know what
we
the
will always
Sorry, I'm
promote
like
Joe.
peeling. I am peeling 18 layers of bubble wrap. Oh,
You're peeling
yeah,
well
yeah, yeah.
packaged
So for
device.
those of you who saw my stream last Saturday,
Ooh,
and if you haven't seen my stream, I am doing a giveaway. You need to comment on the stream. So go watch my stream from last Saturday.
Oh,
I got a Mac SE FDHD. This was originally based on an idea from Eric of Eric's Edge fame. And you put this in the front of your inside,
mhm.
and you can put your blue SCSI behind it, and then from the front, you just slide in your card.
And you can access the
Slide it
card.
in.
Yes,
Yeah.
that's the key
And
part right there. You can access your card without taking apart the.
But
freaking
wait,
There's
there's
more.
more.
yeah, exactly. Now this is where the soldering fun comes in, because I figured, hey, if Gut Bomb can do this,
Oh,
How hard really is it?
shots fired.
Shots fired. He's not here. I got
Is
a
he even
blue.
watching?
No, because he's watching Grey's Anatomy. I got a Blue Scuzzy kit from jcm-1.com.
So you get
I
to
need
build
to stutter.
your own blue scuzzy.
I'm going to
All
build
right,
my own
guys.
Blue
So
Scuzzy.
we're all taking bets. At what point will it actually work?
First try.
First try.
I'll give her the benefit of the doubt at first try.
Oh, and in case anybody did not see my last live stream, I'm going to hold up something. Do-do-do-do-do-do. Yes.
Are you doing this on tomorrow night's stream? You gonna solder it all together, put it together?
There it is.
There it is.
There's
it dual floppies?
Yes.
What?
Dual
Ding-a-ding-ding-ding-ding-ding-ding.
FD
Yeah.
HD.
Am I going to set my hair on fire like Curtis Boyle did? No.
Not on purpose.
He didn't set his hair. It
Listen.
set it on fire. It just melted and stank. So
If we get enough likes on the stream, Trina will light her hair on fire.
Okay, we got 10 people watching, 2 likes. Come on, let's get everybody like.
If we get those 10 likes, Trina will light her hair on fire.
No, I won't.
Trina will light her hair on fire.
No.
Trina, you will light your hair on fire.
These are the hairs that you're not looking for.
All I'm saying
them
is,
on
Light your hair on
all
fire.
I'm saying is, YouTube doesn't give a shit if you click the like or unlike button. It's all algorithm to them. So feel free to hit the unlike button. Give it a thumbs down, folks.
Don't hit the unlike button.
What's a T7 tester?
I finally got a T7 tester. What's a
I have-
T7 tester,
I have
Dave?
no idea
David?
what that is, but I'll be right back.
Yeah. I like Curtis's response. Trina, you have to. The other two have obviously already done it.
Correct.
Yeah.
Join us, Trina. Join us. Sad Mac, you're no fun.
See, Sad Mac, this is why I like you. Thank you.
No fun.
Namaste. I'll do the Frangie thing.
Whatever that is.
I have no idea.
I don't know either.
You've been drinking?
One of us. See? Rudy
Yeah,
knows
no,
what I'm
that's
talking about.
that's okay.
One of us.
Someone's got to be. Yes, that's right. Someone's got to be the adult. It's going to be Sad Mac. Thanks, Sad Mac. Tina, look up a T7 tester.
Okay, it's like a Chinese thing for testing caps.
Oh, okay.
It's like a multimeter, I think, or it looks like a multimeter. T7
Oh,
tester.
Yeah, sorry, I started typing and I'm not.
Yeah,
typing.
yeah, that's what I was figuring. It's yeah.
Oh, it's one of
80.
those funky majigger. It's only 11.19 on AliExpress.
Yeah, well, it's only $8.80 here on AliExpress for me.
Eight. Oh, I found one for $8.50. You're paying 30 cents too much.
To the bottom we must go. Down the rabbit hole.
I found a LCR T17 multi-transistor tester for $1.41.
But how many do you have to buy?
100.
I don't know. I might end up buying one on the stream tonight, though. There's one for $3.62. Wow.
362?
No, $3.62. David, how much did you pay for yours? I want to know what David paid for his.
Yeah, David. I don't think the YouTube would allow the link. I think it would eat it.
Yeah, it would definitely.
Oh,
but you
can send it on Discord, and then we can share it.
But David, you don't even need to do that. Why? Because I am at a mod, and I can just add you as a mod.
There you go. That fixes
But okay.
I mean, we like David, so just 1 second. Let me go.
Do we though? Do we really? Or is it because he can link something that you like him?
Yep.
Who's David?
I don't know.
Well, that's my brother, and he says hi. By the way, he just got home from work.
We also have Dave of Dave's Vintage Apple Tech.
Too many Daves.
There's 3 Daves so far.
We gotta purge the Daves.
I don't know if there's another one other than those 3.
Purge them. We're only allowed to have 2.
And David, technically, all techs are. Oh wait, that's just maybe where I work. Okay, let me get the YouTubes going.
Ryan's getting lost in his garage.
Help me! Help me! I can't find my way
It's
out.
not Ryan's broken garage. It's everything's broken garage. It's everything gets lost in the garage.
Hey, hey, shut up!
It's Lost Ryan's Garage Edition.
Shut up, both of you.
He just went through. I think he just went through a portal.
Why can't I make you a mod? I can't make David a mod.
Oh.
I thought I was Oh, here we go.
No, we took away your mod abilities.
Oh, she's hitting the wrong button.
No,
wrong
actually,
section.
no. I clicked on the 3 dots by him, and I can do channel activity, go to channel report, remove, put user in timeout, and hide user on this channel.
Because you're not a super mod.
I apparently am not.
Nope.
Okay, I'm guessing Ryan is.
I'm not. Frank is.
Of course.
It's Frank's channel.
All right. So, well, you
Classic
two have to
Frank.
discuss that with Frank and ask Frank to give you guys the powers that be.
And we can't.
But so since we cannot
Frank's
give you a
asleep.
mod, David, you're gonna have to go into, if you can, if you're willing, go into Discord and post it somewhere in one of the Discord channels. Either or send it to Trina or Ryan directly. That'd be great.
Yeah.
Indeed.
Yeah,
Well,
I don't need to be a
don't-
mod. It's safer that way. Hey, I'm a mod. I don't.
I mean,
do anything.
technically, I don't really need David. I mean, I found already the T7 test.
So, Rudy, where's Frank? Tired.
Tired. Yeah.
Frank is
It's very
tired.
long.
He is working his butt off right now. Long hours for his job, and he's just tired.
And he started a new company this week.
I'm sure Rudy understands the whole concept of tired.
And working too much.
And having too many companies.
Yep. There you go. So, Rudy, you understand the concept of no time.
So, David, are you on? Do you use Discord?
Discord.
Do you want to build a snowman?
Because you can, if you can get access to Trina, Ryan, or
Doesn't have to be
and
a
then,
snowman.
possibly they could add you to the. I'm not sure who can add anybody nowadays to the friends thingamajiggy Discord.
Only Joe, Ed, Rod.
I know at one point all of us could, and we stopped doing that because the random people that came in were bad. You're in main Discord service. Well, if you can reach out, if you can find Trina, me, even Starbuck Tech, or Ryan, send us a private message, and then we can ask Joe, or just send, not even necessarily ask Joe, but send us a private message with the link if need be, if Trina still needs it. Then whatever.
Oh, what did I have to show this week? There's something new that I got.
David created our Coco Discord.
So
David's from the Coco community. Oh.
And unfortunately, I'm not part of that Discord server because
Sloopy is.
Yeah, but Sloopy is celebrating because we invited Sloopy before we invited Starbucks.
Yeah.
Tech.
I'm the last resort just for beer team.
Yeah, you really were. Because Sloopy was unable to join us. It's his daughter's birthday today, so
well that's definitely understandable.
That's a fair enough reason.
All right. Speaking of Rudy working too much, he's off to work.
All right.
Have fun,
good night,
Rudy. Good night.
Good night, Rudy. We miss you.
Don't work too hard, buddy.
Oh, by the way,
you really need to find a time to join us so we can see your face, Rudy.
His face just looks like a computer now because he sits
Pretty
all the
much.
time in front of a computer.
Would you like to play a game, Rudy?
Excuse me. What were your new finds this week, Trina? You said or did you already show off everything that you got?
Yeah, pretty much.
She's got a stream on tomorrow, I think it is.
Yeah,
too.
I do. So my stream tomorrow.
Yep. Someday, Rudy. Someday. Yes.
My stream tomorrow is literally just let's hang out and I'm gonna pull a Steve and just sit in front of my monitor, read that. I'm gonna install some Windows. Like Steve. And I'm just gonna sit here in front of my computer and read the chat. Actually, be able to relax and just read the chat and hang out.
So you're pulling a Jason's what you're doing because you sit here and read chat.
Jason. Yeah.
Gotcha.
So basically, Trina's going to be on for about a half hour and then fall asleep. Is what?
See, I don't have the setup to show what I work on half the time. Like most of it's done upstairs in the nerd room.
Well, guess what? You have laptops. You have webcams.
I don't have laptops. There's not a stack right there underneath that fan.
Yeah,
yes, there
right.
is.
You have laptops. You have webcams. You can set things up. So that's absolute fucking bullshit.
Well, okay, it's not
Is it
bullshit
my
right now
screen?
because I don't have it set up. I'm not a
you
streamer.
could.
I don't have the streamer stuff. I'm not a streamer. Whoa. Who kicked her out?
We put Trina in timeout because she cursed. She has to spin. No, stay in your room.
I'm allowed
Trina-
to fucking curse on my fucking stream.
Stay in
No, you broke him. You broke him, Trina.
Apparently, I broke Ryan.
Stay in your room.
Oh, you broke Ryan. That was the best. She broke Ryan. Yes, watching paint dry. Yep, Sad Mac. Right now is basically what we're doing.
Yeah. So tomorrow I'm just gonna chill out, and anybody that wants to pop in, I just figured, hey, it's better to actually talk to people than sit here and watch Windows install and updates.
I'll bring the cats.
Yeah, bring the cats. Yeah.
mean,
So when you do that at work, do you talk to people or do you just sit there and watch Windows Update?
Actually, what I
looks
do
at
at
a
work,
pretty girl's butts.
is I put on some video. Like today, I got watching the F Word with Chef Ramsay.
Great video, great TV show.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
I hadn't seen it until today, so I got putting on episodes of that and working on laptops. So
You guys
Very
are
good.
being judged.
but I figured, but I also have people that I can talk to if I need to around me.
Talk
So
to people? What?
I know.
So pretty much the only person I talk to, other than my brother, is my next door neighbor Stu, because I take care of his cats when he goes away, and he brings me beer.
Oh, well, that's a good trade.
Yeah, so that's how he pays me. He tried to offer me money once. I told him, no, I'll take care of your cats. That's no work at all. He goes, then he randomly put started off by putting the first time I did it, he put a 12-pack of beer in front of my garage, and so you got a beer in front of your garage.
Oh,
I'll take that payment any day.
I also forgot to bring home my 3 free Commodore phones from work.
Oh, right.
She stole this from some child, mind you, when she said she got it from work.
I'm joking. There was a beige phone in the recycling, and I'm like, oh my god, because all I could see was the end of it, like the butt end of it, and I'm like, please be a Commodore. And I pulled it out, and it was just like one of the push button ones.
You should have taken it anyway. They're still worth money.
Yeah, that is old.
Are they still worth money?
Yeah, like an old
collectors. Yes.
push button phone. Yeah, you get 20.
I mean, it's
20,
probably it's probably worth more money than some of the computers you sell.
It looks like the Commodore phone. The only difference is instead of having the rotary part of
it's
it,
got push button.
Yeah,
they're worth $40 or $50.
Go to eBay, Trina, and check it out.
Okay, so everyone, thanks for showing up tonight. I gotta take off.
That's
We're just gonna end the stream right now.
Yeah,
I gotta go take a 20-minute walk down the road for some reason.
So like when I bought my Commodore phone, it wasn't sold as a Commodore phone. It was just a bunch of rotary and push button phones in a pile, and it said $49.99 on whatever was in the pile.
And David, is Trina primarily a PC tech? No, she steals things from little kids. She's a thief.
Yeah, she's actually a thief that masquerades as an IT tech.
So let me answer with a real adult answer. Yes, I started doing PC tech. I really didn't get into Apple stuff until about 8 years ago when I opened my own business and realized that the majority of the LGBTQ community use Apples.
Yep.
And I remember my first Apple that I ever got. It was free from somebody upstairs in the apartment building I lived in at the time. She said she had taken it to Apple, and the issue with it was it wouldn't say turned on. So she takes it to the Genius Bar at the Apple store. Mm-hmm.
Questionable.
And they take it and they're like, "Oh, you just need a new battery." So they put in a new battery. She takes it home. It does the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
She takes it back to the Geniuses, and I'm literally putting that as much as I can. And it's like, hey, same issue. They go, oh, yeah, your computer's broken, buy a new one. Was the bottom line. So this is the first Mac I get ever that I lay my hands on. And it's just a MacBook, a 2007 MacBook, which
old school.
Yeah, old school. Darn right.
Mm-hmm.
But back in those days, I could flip them for $200. That tells you what 8 years does to the price of things. Now I'm happy if I get like 30 out of them.
Yeah, but you'll get more of them. You'll get more for them as the years pass.
But the funny part was I got more earlier on.
Yep.
Yeah, because there's still some intrinsic value. Now there isn't.
Yeah.
And then once they start disappearing and become collectible again, that price will go up.
So I happened to have gotten that same day a MacBook Air that had a swollen battery. So that was actually technically that was the first Mac, and that was my first disassembly of a Mac because oh my god, the trackpad was looked like this, like doming.
Yeah. Oh.
But it had a working power supply, so I plugged it in to the MacBook, but it didn't have enough oomph because it was only a 45 watt. It didn't have enough oomph to power it on, but I could see there was a light on. Again, this is like dealing with Macs for the first time. Oh, there's a light on the power supply that lights up when you connect it. Isn't that cool? So at least the light came on. It wouldn't let the computer boot, but at least the light came on. And when I plugged in the one that because she still had it in the box, like all the original paperwork, power supply, like this thing was brand new condition, mint condition. So I'm so I went up to a store, bought one of a lovely knockoff that's probably made in the same factory that the Apple ones are. Power supply, took it home, and it booted right up.
Perfect.
I did but so I have a Mac computer. I want to reinstall the OS. I'm coming from the PC world. How do you change your boot sequence? You go into a BIOS and you say boot from CD first because I had the Mac OS. Somebody gave me like 10.6.8, which is what ran on this. So I'm like, sweet. I'll just put CD in. So I'm pressing escape, not doing anything.
Option.
So I do a Google search. How do I get into the BIOS? And then basically Google laughs at me and says, "Are you stupid?" And I'm like, "No, I'm coming from the PC world where we have BIOSes, and I can change the boot sequence." So I found out if I pressed and held C for a CD, we'll do the same thing.
It's almost like they made it easier because they did.
Kind of. But then
my first Mac.
But when you want to boot off CD, you got to stand in front of the computer and press and hold C. Mm-hmm. Whereas with the PC, I go into the BIOS, I say boot from CD first. I press F10, it saves it, it reboots, and I don't have to hold any keys. And I come back and it's booted.
Trina, not everybody's a tech. Holding down C is a much easier way to boot from a CD. It's also only one button that you have to press.
Yeah.
So when you got to talk your mom or dad through how to boot from a CD, it's a hell of a lot easier than, well, what BIOS do you have? How do you get into your BIOS? There are 55 different ways to get into a BIOS, depending on what motherboard manufacturer.
Yep.
Is it delete? Do you play the
delete F10?
Do you play the BIOS Squid Game where you hold down all the keys in hopes that you get something?
No, what you do is you watch the screen and go by first and read what it says.
That's assuming
and then you let it reboot again.
That's assuming it's not EU. No, that's assuming it's not UEFI because UEFI won't show you.
That's true.
Yeah.
You have to interrupt it, and the interrupt might be escape, might be delete, might be F10, might be F2,
there,
might
behind
be
the cat butt
7.
Is my first Mac.
So that was my first foray into Macs. Fast forward about 2 years, I had been puttering with Macs with varying success, and then somebody said, "Hey, I got this iMac. Do you want to buy it?" Because that's what I do. I buy and sell computers. So I said, "Sure." And then I tried to boot, couldn't get the thing to boot from everything I had learned. I went on Apple Help, which is a great subreddit.
Apple.support.com.
Everybody disses. No. Screw that. No. I went to Reddit. Everybody disses Reddit, but hey, there are some good Reddits out there.
There are some good Reddits.
There are.
Or the pirate one, which is /
I went and I'm like, hey, I'm trying to do this, this, and this. I'm not getting anywhere with booting off anything. And people had said try X, Y, and Z, not Z. I'm Canadian. And I was like, kept replying, it ain't doing it. So I gave up, and it sat on my floor for 3 months.
So like 90% of your Macs that you're in the corner.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, I just can't push these things at all. Like I got them down to next to nothing, and nobody's buying them. Anyway,
what are they, Trina?
They're the 2007 iMacs Core 2 Duo with SSDs.
You want a 27-inch? Because I got a 27-inch.
So
I got rid of my 27-inch.
So you know what I ended up buying?
Oh.
I bought the board that Sean from Action Retro got for, I think it was Sean, or might have been Colin, one of them. Anyway, that turns that into a monitor.
And David, I agree. There are people in every group that are totally assholes and full of themselves.
Yep.
Yes.
Fortunately, the people that were helping me were nice, and I just said, I'm tapping out.
David, can I suggest you go check out the Amiga crowd?
Or
They're
go check
the
out
worst.
the Arc Linux crowd.
They're the worst people on the face of the earth.
Yeah, some Linux user group.
And David, as far as owning a Mac and SSHing into it from your Windows system, a Raspberry Pi.
Okay, so as I was trying to say,
now there's just me. The best kind of stream.
Here, we'll do some back end.
Listen, you.
Sorry.
That wasn't me this time.
Oh, game over. That's right, Opie. Get her.
So anyway, I stubbed my toe 3 times or twice in one night on this stupid iMac, and I said, okay, this thing is gotta go because I'd been moving it around the floor. And after doing it twice, I was stupidly annoyed. So the next day I take some photos and I'm like, hey, I can't get this thing to boot. Like there's no operating system. I can't get an operating system on this. So it's what it is. And somebody replied back and he's like, I've been working with Macs for over 25 years. Do you want some help? And it turned out he lived just 9 floors below me in the same building. And we became really great friends. Unfortunately, we are no longer friends. Long story on that.
Trina's fault.
We'll just point at Opie and explain that like that. And he really helped me learn my way around troubleshooting Apple. So
nice.
It's all been hands-on, first-person kind of help. So, yeah, I thank him deeply.
Don't blame the cat.
I'm not blaming the cat. I'm just saying the reason that he no longer talks to me. Anyway, tied with Opie. And that's all I'm going to say about that. So that's David. That's my long, short story of what kind of tech I am. I did PCs for years.
Can I make a point of saying that 12 people are watching this incredibly
rambling?
Only 2 likes. Hit that like button.
So,
sorry.
Thank you. You can choose your.
Actually,
you can choose many different Friday night random rants.
Refresh the YouTube because I find lately it's not refreshing. Because
Yes.
somebody else had
okay, 9 likes, still 3 people. You suck. No, I'm just kidding. Trina's one of them. She didn't hit like.
Yeah, it really was cool. Like we used to hang out a lot. He helped me with Apple stuff. I built a lot of PCs for him. That was kind of the trade-off. Although one of I remember somebody on Reddit. I had made a comment or a post and Star Trek GIFs or GIFs, however you want to say it, and about receiving a box of free computer stuff. And somebody actually reached out to me in private and went, "Do you want another box?" Sure. And they're like, "You just pay shipping and it's yours." I'm like, "Cool," because they were in the States. I'm like, "No problem." So it came with a relatively new board with an i7, don't ask me the gen now, processor and memory and all this good stuff. He had upgraded his gaming build. And so my friend at the time was like, hey, I just need a simple box to do, like, he just wanted something simple to do some networking with. And I'm like, cool, well, pay me back what I paid in shipping and the parts are yours. We'll just grab a case. So grabbed a free case off.
Hey, Chris.
Hey, Chris. Grabbed and hi, unsupervised. Grabbed a free case off Facebook Marketplace, threw everything in. 3 days later, he had the machine running. Everything was all tickety boo. He went for breakfast, and then he heard a very loud bang. One of the capacitors blew off the motherboard.
Ouch!
Yeah.
Impressive.
Yeah.
Most impressive.
So we ended up having
release your anger.
We had to redo a lot of replacing on that one.
Cool.
Yep. I'm myself,
So-
as you can see, PC guy mostly.
Wait, no one asked you, so no one cares.
You know what? I don't care. That's what matters.
Okay, problem solved.
Yeah, there you go.
Okay, next time you ask me to be a guest to help you out, no.
Perfect. Problem solved.
You're lucky I have a thick skin.
See, you know how Dave is nice on his streams and doesn't kick anybody out when you say, geez, you should kick out Trina all the time?
Ryan, kick out Trina.
No, I'm good.
Damn. I'm gonna.
Look, he removed himself. Sweet.
I'm going to talk to Frank and see if I can get the ability to kick out Trina.
You can't though.
You can't.
Damn. Well, if you
Anyway.
give away Trina's rights, I could.
Anyway, listen, I will die on that mountain. Trina is never going to lose her rights, especially here in Canada. I will die on that mountain. So
cheers.
There we go.
As she drinks her vodka.
Happy allyship. So
cheers. But anyway.
Anyway, on that bombshell.
Well, why don't we talk about who is stream? Because let's end this thing early. Because
I got to show off what I got. I haven't even had a chance to show.
We don't care.
Windows update. Oh,
we don't care.
Now you can kick Trina. She doesn't care.
Quickly, show off what you got. You got 2 minutes. Do it.
Well, I finally finished my keyboard.
Oh right, yeah.
That's done.
So did you
Commodore 64
did you
keyboard?
3D print that key?
Yeah, so I 3D printed the. Can you tell which key I 3D printed?
No, not at all. It doesn't stand out like a
brown ones, right?
Yeah, the brown ones right over here. Yeah, these ones. No, what's really neat though is I ordered replacement springs, so it actually functions properly now.
Nice.
And it's very good feel to it. Feels very similar to the other buttons. It's a little bit lighter.
Joe.
Hey, Joe's here.
Hey, Joe.
JCM-1, look at the bottom of the screen.
We were actually talking about you because this arrived today.
Yeah, Joe's like Beetlejuice. We said his name enough, he just appeared.
Yeah. Yeah, the kit and that arrived, which was surprising because it was shipped Monday and I wasn't expecting it for at least like another week or like next week at some point. But I got the notification today it was delivered. So woohoo!
Oh, thank you, David. Yeah, it is a pretty cool keyboard. So basically, if you don't know the project I'm working on, my SX64 didn't come with a keyboard. So I was telling Jason earlier today that there's only one currently available on eBay. It's completely beat up. It doesn't come with a cable, and they want $236 Canadian plus $45 Canadian shipping.
So $305,
basically. And so I was like, Canadian plus import duties is going from the States, and I'm sure it'll be anyway. So it'll be a $350 bill by the time it's all said and done. And it's still broken, and I have to fix it. And it doesn't come with the cable. So I said, shag that. What I decided to do instead was I found a guy in Germany, God bless the Germans, who showed the pinouts for a standard Commodore 64 keyboard. On this, he showed the pinouts to convert this to a DB25, which I have to do, a DB25, and then I've created new cables to go from this DB25 to the SX64. So
nice.
Yeah, and then it just functions like a regular keyboard. And I really want to use that at a couple of events coming up because there's only 9,000 of these things made, which seems like a large number, but when you look at how many Commodore 64s were made, it's very small. So it's cool to get this out on display and let the kids play with it. We have our local science fiction convention is in July again. So
I thought you guys just had one.
We do. We have one in the spring. We have one in the summer.
Okay.
So there's two. It's two different organizations run them.
Nice. Okay, I got you.
It was sort of like they're a fork from each other, if you will. They differed on certain things. So some of the administration went one way, some of the administration went the other, and they've created two events now, which is fine. There's enough want for such events in our community that it's fine to have two. They don't detract from each other. In fact, one will always be at the other support, like promoting themselves. So there's no animosity there. So it's good.
Nice.
It's
good.
There's a question for you, Ryan. Have you used the Grease Weasel to image any discs for that system?
So the SX64 is exactly like Commodore 64 in every way. It takes the same discs. So anything that runs on the Commodore 64 will run on the SX64. It's basically just a small Commodore 64 built into a box that's portable with a 5-inch CRT screen and a built-in floppy drive.
Cool.
So it just runs regular Commodore stuff.
And
PCF Midwest. Nice, David.
And Curtis wants to know: is one Star Trek and the other one Star Wars? Is that why the division?
Oh, no. It was more, I think, along political lines, maybe, if that makes sense. But not
I
like.
thought you were talking about this.
No, more on like for-profit versus non-profit versus that kind of stuff. So I think that's why they've kind of separated.
Merged, yeah.
What is Jiffy DOS?
You upgraded to Jiffy DOS for the internal drive and the motherboard. I haven't. I can create a new ROM chip to do Jiffy DOS if I felt like I wanted to, which I probably will. But there's also cartridge slots, so I could technically get a Jiffy DOS cartridge of some sort and just jam it in the cartridge slot. But yeah, so that's what I've been working on. But I also helped a buddy build a computer. So in my group of friends, I'm the guy that always gets tasked with building my friends' new gaming machines when they decide to purchase them. So one of my best friends, Matt, he got me to build a machine about 7 or 8 years ago, and that's finally been decommissioned. And so I built him a brand new Ryzen 9 7900 3DX, 3D or whatever anyway.
3DX.
It's a beefy processor, 12 cores, 24 threads. Very, very nice machine. 64 gigs of RAM, some sort of Acer Strix ROG, Republic of Gaming motherboard. He reused his original case, although he did have to slightly mod it to get the larger than life video card in. Yeah, so we hacked at it with tin snips. So he's ordering a new case eventually, but temporarily it's fine. It works. And he upgraded to it's a 6000 series Radeon graphics card. So it was last generation.
66 XT or 69 or something like that.
66750, I want to say, XT or something. I don't remember all the numbers. Anyway, it runs really nicely. It did a solid 350 frames per second in firmark and ran for 48 hours without overheating. The big thing I put in it was a lovely Noctua cooler, and the thing is beautifully quiet and stayed very cool, which is nice. So
no stock cooler. Gotcha.
That's besides the point. The more fun part is, of course, I need a new machine for next year's PC challenge from Tech Ambrosia. Cheap PC challenge. So what I did was I requested Matthew not give me the computer parts. He's old from his old machine.
Sell them to you.
I purchased them for $1. So I have a AM3 machine with an AM-FX something quad core CPU, 32 gigs of RAM on a nice Asus board. He also provided me with a gigabyte NVIDIA 960 Ti. No, overclocked OC. So nice graphics card. So that'll go in the cheap PC build. And he also provided me with a very beefy, quite hefty modular 650 watt power supply.
Now, to answer your question, Curtis, to Trina, am I the only one who has no idea what he's talking about? I'm guessing, Curtis, you're more Mac than PC?
No, Curtis is more retro. Coco. He's Coco.
He's Coco.
He's Coco for Cocoa Puffs.
Yeah, he's Coco for Tandy Garbage.
Gotcha. So he's way beyond what you're doing.
Curtis, yes, you are the only one who has no idea. I was following along, so
was I.
Yeah.
Obviously, I was communicating with him.
Yeah, it's going to be a nice build. So my students are going to build it again this year.
Oh, nice.
I've got a new case that I also purchased at auction a couple of months ago. So that's over in the pile. So the kids will build my next class for next year. We'll build.
Age?
They're probably going to be grade 9, so 13, 14-year-old. So they're going to build that. The grade 9s this past year did the PC challenge, and we came 3rd. So I'm hoping to do it again this year. And then the other project that I'm hoping to have my computer science class do is this game arcade behind me. We are going to mamify it. We are going to rip out all the guts, put in a proper LCD monitor, and wire up all the joystick buttons and do a proper MAME system. So that's our project for computer science for this year. So, and then that will stay in my classroom. That'll become a fixture in the classroom.
In other words, nobody will be paying attention to you. You'll be playing the games. Gotcha.
And by the way, David Ladd said Curtis Boyle is also a Mac person. What he's not mentioning is the fact that this is what he meant by his kind of Mac person. Yeah.
Curtis Boyle stopped buying computers in 1986.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, he's actually currently on an SE30 on YouTube. It's crazy.
So David Ladd is basically me. He does Windows, Linux, and Mac OS, just mainly game PC Windows. The old enough that Windows 11 will not work. Oh, well, I have Windows 11, but...
Yeah. No, that was the other thing, too. I upgraded to Windows. I couldn't believe, so the new machine that I built for Matthew, it boots from cold to a Windows desktop functioning in 5 seconds.
Yep.
It's fast.
And by the way, Curtis Boyle just confirmed, not far from the truth.
Sorry.
So I think it was 88 is when Curtis stopped buying computers.
Right. And Jesus Christ is wondering about Commodore stuff. He says, I do need some 5.25 discs for your C64. Your best bet is to actually get a what is the project? It's a SD card for the Commodore, and somebody's going to answer me before I get a chance to actually remember what it's called. But it's a cartridge you can get, and it allows you to load the cartridge with SD image files. Sloopy sells them. That's what you want because it's fast.
SC2IEC?
That's it. Yep. Thank you.
According to JVS.
Yeah.
And David Ladd as well.
Oh, and JC says he has it. Okay, so you just want some floppy disks for fun.
Okay, so question, because we have SC2IEC, and then David Ladd responds back with IEC to SD. Wait, which one is the name of it?
I think they're both the same, but just slightly different projects, maybe.
JC.
He wants diskettes. He doesn't want the SD, the whatever cartridge thingy it was.
Yeah, look at the SD cards.
So you just want floppy disks? Do you know how slow they are loading? You go load a game, and then you go make a coffee. You come back, and it might be loaded, or you go have a sandwich. Then you go get married, have a flock of kids, come back, and it might be loaded.
JC, listen, I got a whole bin back behind my head where this cat is of floppy disks.
That's also a good project, the Pi 1541.
Yep.
I don't know why I took them from work, but I did.
Because you stole them from the kids, and you have this issue where you have to steal.
When you bludgeon a child and steal discs for stuff, you have to steal something. You can't just leave them bludgeoned and not take anything.
And of course, kids today
the
have
C64 floppy interface is insanely slow, mostly because of the bug in the serial chip.
Yeah, so you need fast load, right, Joe? That's what you get a fast load cartridge, and that fixes or at least makes it a bit faster. Because, like, in fairness, Jesus Christ, if you're looking for some floppy disks, like, do you need a drive? Because I have like 4 or 5 of them that I don't need.
You should just be able to hit the app button and start typing in their name on supervised.
Yeah, so fast load or Jiffy DOS will fix the problem. So there you go.
Yeah, just type in their screen name that you see. If you're trying at JC, you're going to have to put J space C.
Or just J, and it should auto.
No, you have to do J space C because it has to do 3 characters.
You need at least 2 to the at.
I thought it was 3. 2, 3, whatever it is.
But anyway, JC, talk to Ryan. Yeah.
If one goes to Ryan's house at Halloween, he hands out floppy drives instead of candy.
It's true.
Okay, perfect.
Can you imagine a computer with a fast floppy interface like the Apple II combined with the sound and graphics of a C64? That would be awesome, says Joe.
JCM-1 computer? That could be that. Why don't you make it that, Joe?
I was going to say, do it, Joe.
Get it fixed, Joe. Why don't you have it ready yet, Joe? Why is it not finished? Do it now.
If anyone can do it, it's Joe.
It's Joe.
Fun little side note. I'm just going to do a little PSA real quick before we finish. These guys, if it's the 51
Holy beige.
or 1541 Model 1, they're always dead. If they have the drop-down thing, the heads crash, especially if they get wet. They the heads rust and they just fall apart. So oftentimes you'll see these for sale and they'll say not tested or tested and doesn't work. it means they're broken and that you will never fix them.
Trina, check Discord.
Yeah, I know. I got messages. I'll deal with them after.
Okay. That's all I wanted.
Okay, so let's talk about this weekend's stream, shall we? We have. Yeah, well, today's Friday.
Weekend?
I know.
What?
You don't work, so every day's a weekend for you.
Yeah, pretty much.
You're just a blight on society, Jason.
Right. So starting tomorrow morning, and these times are all in Eastern Standard or digital.
Canadistan time, yeah.
Yeah. So 9 a.m. Eric's Edge, 12 noon.
Big Bad Biologist.
Big Bad Biologist. 2:15 p.m. Trina's Technobabble. Right here.
Or Techno Bibble, if you're so inclined.
2 o'clock is the Coco Nation live stream, which will be going on for at least 8 hours after I finish streaming, and I can stream for like 10 hours, and it's still going for another 8. And then Sunday, speaking of sleeping, we have Dave of Dave's Vintage Apple Tech. If you want to fall asleep, great stream to fall asleep to.
Or if you're an old woman, I'd recommend you don't watch the stream.
Yeah, you might get taken advantage of and lose all your computers.
Yeah, Dave likes to bludgeon old women. Like Trina likes to bludgeon children, Dave likes to bludgeon old women.
Oh, and I forgot to mention Tech Ambrosia, Saturday, 6 p.m.
Yep.
So there's your tune in for ABC's Family Night. Or oh wait, that's the wrong promo.
TGI Fridays.
Right there.
We got Boy Meets World, Home Improvement.
Well,
Family
the only time
Matters.
you snooze is when that Curtis Boyle is
did I
in the
do
news.
that?
And hello, Francois. So I'm gonna
Bonjour,
say
Francois.
I'm gonna say
Comment
bonjour, Francois, and arrivederci.
A bit of Italian, but sure.
Yeah, why not? So don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button.
Yes, we'll be in the Discord after if anybody wants to come to the inappropriate after hour.
Well, Trina's probably going to bed.
Where Trina has glitter. Apparently.
I have Happy Pride. I was.
Is that Kentucky jelly?
I was told from my last live stream by certain person right there.
It's not a pride stream unless you have glitter. I'm just saying.
Unless I have glitter. So I went to the dollar store, but all they had was glitter glue. So I bought the glitter glue. I had glitter.
So I have a question for you. Have you put it? Have you put it on your hand like we used to do as kids, and then peel it off when it dries? Because you should.
She put it on the cat.
Don't put it on the cat. My God, what's wrong with you?
No, I won't do that.
All right, guys. We know you have your choice in Friday night entertainment, and watching three useless people ramble on for hours is what you've chosen. I don't know what that says about you, but I know what it says about us, and we're thankful that you joined us for this evening. So please remember to hit that like, subscribe, and we'll see you